I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I work from home, and I love to travel and be outdoors and just spend time with like my friends and family. And I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. My kids keep me pretty busy. They have their own schedule. I have my schedule and activities, and together as a family, we like to travel. In my free time, when I have time, I like to work out and read books and go running and hang out with my friends. I have an older brother who has severe hemophilia. So when my mom was pregnant with me, she had an amniocentesis and it came back carrier. And then at 10 years old, she drove me to Florida because no one in Alabama wanted to test my levels. And it came back 24%. And the physicians told us that I was just a carrier. On the onset of my menstrual cycle, it was really heavy and it lasted for 2 weeks. And I bled through my shorts, the sheets, the mattress. I feel like it was just very dismissed. Usually a lot of the physicians would say, so she's just gonna be a carrier. She will only need factor for surgeries, childbirth, or emergency scenarios. And then later on, we found out that that was not the case. I grew up dancing. I started dance when I was 2, and I competed. I would go to school, go to dance, practice on the weekends, compete. In my childhood, I would take factor for when I had my tonsils and adenoids taken out, and then in high school when I would have a sprained ankle from dance. I had a C-section, and I had factor before surgery, after surgery, and through recovery, and I was finally diagnosed with mild hemophilia. Trying to manage my hemophilia afterwards, I was treating on demand and my levels were not where they needed to be. Having a bleed was frustrating and exhausting. My goal was to simply find treatment that would help me manage my hemophilia and keep my factor levels higher throughout the week. I learned about ALTUVIIO from my brother because I was interested in finding new treatment and he had recently heard about ALTUVIIO. Since my goal was to keep my factor levels higher for longer, that's what really interested me with ALTUVIIO. I also liked the weekly infusion schedule, and I knew that was something I could incorporate in my routine. When I met with my physician, I explained to him the problems that I was having and why I was interested in switching treatment, and I had told him about ALTUVIIO. He thought I would benefit from ALTUVIIO, and then he informed me of the most common side effects, which are headache and joint pain. I'm very happy that my brother talked to me about ALTUVIIO. I, in turn, talked to my doctor, and maybe he, in return, will tell others who were struggling like I was. I'm pleased that my factor levels are higher and I haven't had a bleed. I want other women to know that they do not have to suffer in silence, that they can request treatment such as ALTUVIIO that may help them with their bleeds. I also want to share awareness how hemophilia can impact women and have serious consequences if not treated properly. I want to be an example for my niece and any other girls or women who are struggling like I once was. I'm being compensated to share my story with you today in this video.
Indication: ALTUVIIO antihemophilic factor recombinant Fc VWF X10 fusion protein EHTL is an injectable medicine that is used to control and reduce the number of bleeding episodes in people with hemophilia A, congenital factor VIII deficiency. Your healthcare provider may give you ALTUVIIO when you have surgery. Important safety information. What is the most important information I need to know about ALTUVIIO? Do not attempt to give yourself an injection unless you have been taught how by your healthcare provider or hemophilia center. You must carefully follow your healthcare provider's instructions regarding the dose and schedule for injecting ALTUVIIO so that your treatment will work best for you. Who should not use ALTUVIIO? You should not use ALTUVIIO if you have had an allergic reaction to it in the past. What should I tell my healthcare provider before using ALTUVIIO? Tell your healthcare provider if you have had any medical problems, take any medications, including prescription and non-prescription medicines, supplements, or herbal medicines, are breastfeeding, or are pregnant or planning to become pregnant. What are the possible side effects of ALTUVIIO? You can have an allergic reaction to ALTUVIIO. Call your healthcare provider or emergency department right away if you have any of the following symptoms: difficulty breathing, chest tightness, swelling of the face, rash, or hives. Your body can also make antibodies called inhibitors against ALTUVIIO. This can stop ALTUVIIO from working properly. Your healthcare provider may give you blood tests to check for inhibitors. The common side effects of ALTUVIIO are headache and joint pain. These are not the only possible side effects of ALTUVIIO. Tell your healthcare provider about any side effect that bothers you or does not go away. Please see full prescribing information.